Hey everybody. Not sure if anybody's going to have any real interest in this, but I think I might take some video anyway. My wife recently got a 2003 Highlander, Toyota Highlander, 3.0, decent enough, has quite a few miles on it. Um, One of the problems it is it's had a check engine light for a while for the cat, and um, it had an exhaust leak up front. Um, right after this cat, it splits. There's another cat, one for each bank, and where it goes to the front bank, it has a flex pipe that was leaking. So I replaced that. Light went away for a little bit. Then the light came back, and you could hear it had an exhaust leak. So right here, this mount broke off, and there's a huge hole in this area. Now, on the factory parts, there isn't this much. It's a little bit tighter. So to pull it off and clean up all the rust, it's super rusty, and then weld a new piece of pipe in. Could I do it? Probably. Did I really feel like messing with it? No. There's also this crazy bolt-on O2 sensor flange, which looks artificially welded there. It's great. But anyways, that's also in the way and kind of complicates things a little bit. So what I did was I went on Rock Auto, and I ended up uh, just looking at the different options. Now I could have gotten a cat that went from there to here and had an expanded joint here, and it contained this mount and this bung. But then you see how close this is to the muffler. That's about where it is on the stock one. So I'd have to slice it here, and I'm only working with about an inch of pipe, and it was rusty pipe. So either way, that version of the cat was 150 bucks. This version of the cat was 120 bucks. And then from here all the way back to there, that was 50 bucks. Bosel. This is round. The other one's oblong. Shouldn't matter. Came with all the mounts. So that big piece of pipe there. So really what I'm going to do is replace the exhaust from the Y pipe. So the rearward cat, the O2 sensor. I got a new O2 sensor, which is interesting because you actually have to remove the driver's seat to put this in. There is a grommet. So the O2 sensor bolts on, and then the wire goes straight up through the floor, and this connector is underneath the driver's seat. So got to take the driver's seat up and pull the carpet up a little bit. Well, I already did that. I pulled it up and I located the plug, so I'm just going to slice the carpet. And I'm going to replace it all the way back. I got gaskets. This one fits nicely in there. This one down here I just slipped on, so I remember, just to not lose it. But that fits nice. That whole deal there looks nice. I'm very pleased with the Bosel pipe. It's heavy, doesn't feel dinky. The bends look nice. I did buy. I thought I'm trying to eliminate any problems that I could run into, so I got new spring bolts. They came missing a nut, which isn't a big deal. I'm probably just gonna get just any old nut. I'll get like a stainless or something. But I really wanted two sets, so I might order a second set. But either way, the idea is now. So I've taken this project. Oh, and a clamp. So I've taken this project from hours of cutting, fitting, welding, grinding, welding, whatever, hoping that I could get it to work, to I'm gonna basically park this thing, put it up on the ramps. I'm gonna cut the bolts. I'm just gonna blast the bolts off and hope they break. They probably will. Break them off, yank this whole thing off, and slap this whole new one on. I'm really hoping that makes it a quick job. It won't be underneath the car too long, and should be good for another couple 100,000 miles. The O2 sensor there, that was only an extra 40 bucks. So I paid 300. I paid 300 bucks shipped for everything I just described to you, and it came in 3 days from Rock Auto. Cannot beat that, in my opinion. You cannot beat that. It's not a Toyota Cat. It's probably going to go bad, but you know what? There's a warranty on it. I'm going to fill out the warranty card, so not a big deal. Yeah, I couldn't be happier with that price for that amount of money. You know, it is what it is. The car's going to be good. We're going to trade it in eventually anyway. So there it is. Maybe I'll throw the GoPro on and show you how this goes together, or get a little tripod hookup or something. So that's what I'm working on. Okay, here we go. I'm not sure how I'm gonna record a lot of this, but I think I might just pop the GoPro on a little tripod underneath there and let it rip, and then I don't know, fast forward through some of it, talk through some of it, whatever. Just pretty straightforward. I got my parts laid out. I got everything, so good to go. Got her up on ramps in front of the old original Jegs garage here, where so many fun projects have taken place. It still looks about the same as last time you guys saw it, except for that little surprise in the corner there, which I'm not gonna get into right now. Hopefully in a video soon. So let's take a look. I didn't actually show you guys what's wrong with this thing. Yeah, I'll leave my creeper there. So it's noisy, and it's mostly due to this mess right here. So over the years, I've worked on this car when it was my father-in-law's, and some weird stuff has happened. This O2 sensor has blown out twice, and I currently have a check engine light for that, and I'm assuming that it's either the cat is actually bad, or it could be the big gaping hole that I have rigged closed so that we could at least drive it reasonably comfortable. The mount, which normally is under the cat, has broken off. I believe that's probably what caused the hole in the first place. You can see that the weld snapped right off. So the front pipe right there has already been replaced. And aside from these nuts, which I don't care about because I have new bolts, the rest of this is fairly clean. The reason I'm replacing as much as I am, and some of you guys are going to be like, oh, you know, that was stupid. I've thought about pulling this down and getting a piece of pipe and just welding it in, and I would have been fixed for what, $1 something? I don't know. Not much, right? The problem is this is so rusty. And even if I would have just got a cat, and again, I'm not sure, that cat might be bad. It might be what I'm actually getting a code for. If I had done that, there's just nowhere to cut this. Like, if I would have cut behind there, it would have left me an inch of rusty, crappy metal to try to clamp the cat onto. And if I would have gotten just this part, which I could have, that had an expanded end, I have nothing there to clamp onto. So all of this garbage in the middle sort of screws me for just welding in a piece, and it's so rusty. I mean, it's just rusty crap. So I'm very simply going to knock those bolts out, and if they don't come out, I'm just gonna slice right through here and cut them in half. And then on the back, these look like they are nice. They're actually threaded into bungs on that the muffler there. There's, you know, on the muffler flange, there's welded nuts. So I'm hoping they spin out. That'd be nice. I'll just reuse them. So we're not looking at, I think we're looking at too big of a deal here. Got all my tools. I got, you know, and then a reason I wanted to do it here is because I got my welder and my air compressor if I need it. So let's see how it goes. I don't know what I'm gonna really take video of, but we'll see. Okay, the very first thing I'm going to do here is try to knock these out. I already sprayed them, so let's see. It's going to be loud. My apologies. Going the right way? Yeah. Okay, that's not going to work. Time for air tools. try this again with a little more force. Might need a breaker bar on these things. That's not fitting as good. Alright, let's see what happens. Helps if I have it in reverse. Spinning out like a champ. Look at that. Sweet. There we go. Knock this sucker out. Watch the muffler fall on my head. These look like they're going to be reusable. Check that out. It's shiny, but it's intact. These have a built-in spacer also. And yeah, they look a little bit nicer than the ones I got for $2 a piece at Rock Auto, but that's okay. Oh, that's out. Look at that. Sweet. I don't have to move. This is supported. This is just chilling out because there's mounts everywhere. Looks like this is nice and clean. All right, we are in business. Let's go move to the front. See what kind of mess we can make of that. Looks like the front's got the same threaded holes here, so let's hope that they fall apart the same way. Oh yeah, beautiful. This one doesn't look as good. Can you see that? But it's okay because that end of the pipe, this end of the new cat doesn't have these captured nuts anyway. So I'm gonna have to use my nut and bolt together ones for that. That's okay. That's okay. Okay, I'm gonna need an extension for this probably. Come on, bite. Oh no. Okay. We're spinning the nut. See that? It broke. So, I think we're just going to cut it. You want to watch me cut it? Death wheel. When I'm doing this, I'm going to keep the wheel towards the cat side since I'm replacing that. Replacing the cat, so if I mess it up, it messes up the cat side. Ready? Here we go. Any fuel lines? Yeah, of course. Oh, that wasn't a good idea. Oh. So, The spring bolt came out, and because of the spring pressure, it went flying. Okay, so this is all loose now. This isn't holding it up, obviously, but this is right here, this mount. So it's actually balanced right in the middle. Maybe that's how they designed that. Also, I hope that the shot I just got of the grinder was a good shot, because the shards of hot metal that I let hit the front of the camera made dots on the lens. So that sucks. So now what I'm going to do is, because the nuts on this thing are so rusty and I'm replacing it anyway, I'm going to go ahead and get the O2 sensor out of the car. And to do that, I got to take the seat out. So, or I got to at least unbolt the seat and then reach my arm under there. I think what I'm going to do is cut the carpet, because I already did this once and I kind of found where the plug was. So I'm going to cut the carpet, because there's no access for it, and see what I can do from that without pulling the carpet up at all. Okay, I'm really not sure where the best place for you guys is, so I'm just going to kind of move you around. Hopefully you can see something, and maybe you'll never see this. I don't know. So there's a nice view of, I'm also trying to keep my face out of frame here because I'm a mess today. So right now I'm just WD-40ing this up here. I'm trying to see if I can get some type of movement out of it. And I don't know, I've never dealt with these. All the cars I've actually owned, you can see I switched to rubber gloves. And all the cars I've owned, oh shit, Uger honey iced tea. Okay. So WD-40 is the key. Crap. I didn't even realize it was going to come out that easy. So it's hanging up here, up by the flange, and oh man, I punched the driveway. So now I got to get this other hanger out, and I probably don't need to. Whoops. Well, she's hanging on that now. Come on, there we go. I got her. Alright, let's move all this before I break something that I might regret. Yeah, here we go. She's coming off. It's gonna be heavy. Very heavy. Wow. Okay. We're on a jack stand back there. It's trying to knock the jack stand over. Come on. All right. You come with me. There we go. Out. Sweet.